sometimes. Now we're live.
It's so good.
We just been talking for 2 minutes. If anyone's watching, we're finally decided we better hit the live button. Oh, we're not live. Oh, we won't even bother. Should we play the music? Should we get everybody riled up with our music even though we're 2 minutes late? Okay.
Let everyone enjoy it.
Okay, we were late, but here's the music. Let's all dance. Let's start that over, shall we? Oh, how are you today?
I am good. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Cannot believe that it's the last week of February.
Oh my gosh, it's the last week of February?
Yes, the 28th is coming, Allie. Yeah. We have a lot of fun. It's been fun to write with you twice a week, I have to say.
Yes,
it's the highlight of my weeks, really.
Yes.
It's fun to joke around and just hang out and have fellow like-minded people to do things with.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
But yes, 8 more days, as you pointed out before. 8 more days, and this month is done. 2 months in.
It goes so quickly.
It really does. So my question then became this week, as I was looking at my calendar, I was like, oh my gosh, I just don't feel like I accomplished anything this month. And I was looking back and looking at my words, and, in January, my words equated to finished books, And in February, it hasn't been that, but it's still been productive. And I'll tell you why in the break. Hi, Kat.
Okay.
We have Kat here with us. Hey, Kat. Yay. And we've got Easy Graphics with us. We've got Morningstar with us. Anyone else say hi in the comments? Okay, Allie, other than the February thing, the February assessment thing, I haven't thought about what we'll talk about today in between, but we'll work on it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So Morningstar says she feels old. We all feel old. Easy Graphics says he feels old too. Allie, do you feel old? You're young. You're probably the youngest one of the bunch.
Am I? Okay, in that case, I definitely don't feel old.
I don't know, but you have a toddler that probably keeps you young. So.
No, that keeps you old, I assure you.
All right, what are you working on today? What's your project?
I'm still going through Julia's story. I keep adding things and taking things out and re-adding things.
Nice. That's okay. Something will stick, right?
Yeah, it's going to get there eventually.
So what specific scene are you working on today? What's the plan? What do you think's next for you?
I've been working. I didn't do anything yesterday. So the day before, I was just getting into the little bit with Kinta and Julia at the beginning.
Yeah.
And just kind of rewriting that a bit. And then hopefully I'm going to keep going with the journey. I might even make it to Kate today. We don't know.
Okay. It's a goal. Love it. I think you can do it. You're going to write fast today. I'm working on book 2, which is actually going to be the beginning. You were telling me yesterday in our chat about, you wrote something, but then you realized it's actually like 3 books in, and you need to figure out what the first 2 books were. So as I finished that book, I realized the next couple that I wanted to do would actually make a better lead into the whole series. So I actually have a deadline of March 1st to get it to the editor.
Wow,
but I'm 10,000 words
absolutely
in.
no pressure.
No, I'm a pressure
Like
player.
8 days.
I know. I'm a pressure player and I'm 10,000 words in anyway, and it's flowing right on me. So I feel good about it at the moment.
How many words are you aiming for?
This is really, truly, I know I've said that like 5 times this month, but this one is going to be my lead magnet. So,
Okay.
because it leads into the whole series.
Yeah.
So I'm only thinking about 30,000 words, maybe
Okay.
less. I'm really trying to keep it simple. Right now, it's just 5 chapters planned, maybe 6.
Okay.
It's just
You can
going
do
to,
it.
it's not a lot of angst. It's just like I want it to be a good, here's my writing, a little steamy, here's the couple, and you're going to see them, in the next book too. So we'll see how that goes. That's the plan anyway.
That's a good plan.
But we'll talk more about how February's been going on the next break.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, tell us, whoever's writing with us today, thank you all for being here. Tell us what you're writing today too in the comments. Tell us your goals. Tell us anything exciting. We're going to go for our first 20 minutes. I'm ready to write. I know Allie is. And I will be back in 20 and we'll have a little chat. So timed sprint starting. We ready?
Yeah.
We're ready. Okay, look, Allie, though, I made this new 20-minute thing. I made 3 of them.
Okay.
So here's the first one. You ready?
Yeah.
Oops, let's get you and me out of it. So, there we go. Hold on. Turn on. It's supposed to be our background. Oh, I have it as a background. Okay, so it's not exactly going to work, but we'll leave it there for now.
All right.
We'll keep noodling on this. It was supposed to be a little thing that says, hey, we're writing for 20 minutes. We'll be right back. Oh, well, I'll keep trying. It's all fun experiment. Yeah. Okay, everyone, let's go write. And let's see, 2 more comments. What is everyone doing? Morningstar received proofs yesterday.
Proofs.
Ooh, working on
exciting.
that. That is exciting. We have someone else just joined us. Hello, Jocelyn. She joined us last week, so good to have you back.
Yeah.
Easy graphics. Proofs make it closer to real. Good job.
That's
Yes, good
right.
job, Morningstar.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, guys, let's get to writing. 20 minutes. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, we're back. How'd everyone do? Let us know in the comments. I think I got my usual 350.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. How about you? How'd you do?
I got a little bit further.
Yay.
Yeah.
Are you feeling like it's coming to you this morning, flowing with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Nice.
It was a little bit tricky to start, but I think I worked my way through it.
Nice. All right, so that's a good start. Let's hear how everyone else did. And also, just to let you guys know, Tuesday live here instead of sprinting. Well, I guess I could have said Joan could try one sprint. I don't know. Anyway, live here, we are actually going to interview Jeff Haskell, who has written many sci-fi fantasy books. Is that a thing? Sci-fi and fantasy, both? Sci-fi? I guess he's calling himself sci-fi.
Okay.
Right?
Sci-fi fantasy is a thing.
Oh, good. Yes. So that's it. Sci-fi fantasy. I'm looking forward to we've been reading his book. You've read it all.
Yeah.
I'm just finishing. I'm looking forward to chatting with him. So I put a thing in here. I just wondered if anybody had any questions they'd like us to ask him, like world building or anything like that. Any questions for him? He's been a self-publisher. So, anything at all, publishing in that genre, writing and publishing, let us know. But yeah, it's Jeff Haskell. And I like he's got female heroines, as the leads. So it's been fun to read about that.
Yeah.
Decided to use titles. Oh, well, good. Aw. Nice word. Elbow cough. It's funny. Good. I'm glad you got your title. That's awesome. Yes, and Jocelyn. So Jeff Haskell. Everyone, let us know what you're working on today, and if you got some words in on that sprint. That's cool. So, Allie, we're going to talk a little bit today. I wrote down some things. The February thing. So, yeah. So as I look back over February, I thought, what the heck did I get accomplished? I did a lot of writing. I mean, I've had some huge days, but I didn't feel like I was finishing anything. So I had to make a list so I could, see and assess what the heck did I spend my time on. So I did write the the back matter and the front matter for
Cool.
one of the stories I had just finished, including a downloadable story. So that'll be in the back matter. So that was one of the short stories I wrote. I did write the chapter 1 and 2 of the next book 2. That'll also be in the back matter of that book 1 story.
Okay.
So that was a lot of writing. And then I also started this short story that I'm on now, which will actually be the lead magnet leading into the series. And then I also pulled out 3 stories from 2017 that I had written and revived those and started writing a little bit on each one of those to get them further down the road. So I have accomplished some stuff this month so far.
And this sounds like you've done loads.
But I seriously was feeling like, oh my God, I did so much this month, but didn't accomplish anything. I had to write that down and kind of really take the broader view and look in on what the heck I was doing. So that helped a lot. So I do feel better now. So now I'm like, okay, 8 more days. Now I'm under pressure. I really do have to get another thing done. So plus I have the 2 edits back. Yeah. But I'm not going to touch those edits. Yeah, I'm not going to touch them until March. I know.
That's probably a good plan if you've got all that pressure of getting the next one in by March.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get this short story, the lead magnet story done. So yeah, that felt better. Let's see. Kate says a very complicated month. Yes, something. Yeah. Well, we'll see how I feel on the 28th. But thank you. We always overlook what seems small, but then when added up, yeah, it's actually quite a big mountain. Yeah. Very true. Very true. Yeah, those little steps are really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. That's cool. Yeah. So anyway, you know that the first session in March that you and I are writing, we'll have to talk about our March goals and figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I know you've been wanting to write every day. I think you've been sticking to that, or at least sticking to your 500 words kind of goal, averaged out probably. Do you feel like it?
I'm not sure I've hit the 500 words, but I've spent a lot of the month trying to work on Julia's story and editing. So that's,
yeah.
Can't really get the word count on that.
Yeah. You're trying to, and I know you're trying to feel out the story still and figure out where it's going and what direction it's taking. So I know that takes a little bit of time. Yeah. It's been fun to watch Megan Lamb pull up a new story this month and see her go to town on it. And she's been writing the same series now for like 10 years or something. So 6 books. I think she's 4 books in. Isn't she 4 books? But this new thing she's working on has been fun to watch her be re-enthused, you know. Easy Graphics question for Alison. Have you used TransferWise or Payoneer? Oh, yeah, we were talking about paying you, huh? How you get paid.
Yeah, I'm not published, so I don't receive payments from any publishing avenues.
Yet. Always add the yet. The power of yet. Yes.
I get paid from editing. The company I freelance for pays me via TransferWise, and I'm still umming and ahhing over to whether to set up TransferWise for myself for receiving payments from America or not for my editing clients, because PayPal is expensive. But on the other hand, a lot of people like PayPal because it gives them a feeling of protection working with an editor that they don't know. So I'm kind of pros and cons there, trying to weigh up whether it's better to use PayPal because then you seem more trusted by some people, or to use TransferWise because it's a lot cheaper for both of you.
The interesting thing about the editors is they both use PayPal that I worked with this month, and maybe Kat or anyone else who's used an editor can chime in. They both used PayPal, which was interesting because they both have LLCs, and I think that means I don't have to send them a 1099, but if they were just independently working, I'd have to, and if I paid them more than $600 this year, which I assume I will, I would have to send them a 1099 for taxes.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how that works out internationally for you, but that's one of the, I guess, benefits of PayPal is that it'll actually automatically put out those 1099s for us so that we don't have to. But anyone on this thing, that's my beginning understanding of it. If anyone else has more experience, please fill us in.
So is that, like, do you have to have proof that you've sent that for your tax records, or is that just for their tax records?
So if we're independent contractors here in the U.S., if you are being paid, I think it's more than $600, you have to get a 1099 from each person who's paid you that more than $600. And then we have to submit that on our taxes and pay taxes on that money.
Okay.
So let's see if Morningstar...
As far as my taxes go, I don't need anything from you here in the UK to show that you've paid me, because I have my accounts that show that you've paid me.
Okay.
So I don't need any forms or anything.
Yeah. On my side, for just my taxes, it's just the receipt, or the invoice or whatever you send me that I would just include as my expenses. But that is interesting. Good to know about you being in the UK. I wouldn't need to submit a 1099 or anything like that. I don't think.
I'll have to check that, because we have a tax treaty. We have a tax treaty of some description with America. Because I had to sign some stuff for it when I started freelancing.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
And I don't have to pay tax in America.
Oh, good. You're not double taxed then between us and them. Yeah.
I'll have to check on my editor groups
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anything's changed since the wonders of Brexit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Morningstar with PayPal, there's something, but there's either you're paying them as a friend and a family, or you do something on PayPal to indicate that you're paying them as a business or you're a business. And then that way, I think on the business side, it'll automatically do 1099s for you at no extra cost, is what I believe is the case. But I'm hoping Kat Sadler or somebody on here who has more experience can, I don't know what that is, but yeah, can fill us in, because I hate to give out misinformation, but this has just been my beginning understanding. I had a talk with my mom about, because I went ahead and did an LLC last weekend. So I can get that ball rolling, and I got my EIN number, and then I was just trying to figure out the whole 1099 situation and what I had to do. And PayPal, turns out, makes it very easy. I don't like PayPal, but it seems like that's what people are using. So both the editors I just use that, and the cover artist as well. I mean, if you imagine the cover artist is $125, and so times 6, like clearly she's going to get one. You know, each editor clearly is going to get one. You would get one if it, you know, at the end of the year, perhaps. Well, I guess you being in UK now, you don't have to, but you know, for proofreading and stuff. So
yeah, see, it's really easy in the UK at the moment as a freelancer, as a sole trader. I basically I fill in a sheet saying what I've earned, what I've paid, and that's about it. I need to have my accounts available if they want to audit. Yeah, if they want to audit me and actually check that I'm not, you know, lying, then I have to have the accounts available. But I don't need to do anything fancy unless I start earning a ridiculous amount of money, at which point I'll hire an accountant.
Right. At which point, if we're earning ridiculous amount of money, yes.
I'll be able to afford to pay an accountant.
I haven't had to give 1099s to anyone who's done work for me yet. I don't think I've hit the 600 in a year. Wow, your editors must be cheap. Cheap, Cat. Wonder how you're doing that. Interesting. Tell us more. Tell us more. Yes, and again, everybody, please don't take my gospel word for it. Please go to PayPal and do some research, but that's my beginning understanding from what I've looked at this past week or two. So, but if my editors, like I said, my mom said, this according to my mom, who's been an accountant her whole life, said that, my mom said that if the two editors and even the cover artists have their own LLC, I don't have to submit a 1099, I believe is what she said. So again, don't take my word for it, but figure it out on your own too.
And is that a federal thing or a state thing?
Federal.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have to each report our own state and local taxes. Okay. Incorporation wasn't hard. I didn't incorporate, but it's an LLC and it isn't hard. It was like $150, I think, in my state. And I just went into the state gov website. It's by state, and I applied for it. It's a 1-pager, nothing hard at all. And then I guess it comes in I got the certificate online, but it comes in a couple of weeks or something. And I also, the EIN number, was that $50? I can't remember, but it also was a 1-pager, and you immediately get your EIN number. Excuse my voice again. So that's all I'm going to say, because really I'm not an expert in all this. I'm just following along. But yeah, I know we all have interesting questions. This project is a tough one, a supernatural sci-fi fantasy based on scientific stuff. Jocelyn, you need to tune in Tuesday and listen to our interview with Jeff Haskell and ask great questions, because that's what he's got too. He's got this sci-fi fantasy. He's got a whole series, but the one that we were reading to prepare for his interview involves a female who's actually, I don't think we'll give away spoilers, but you should read it for sure. What's it called again? It's called
Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
Arsenal.
I get confused because Walter's like Requiem, and I think he has a Requiem. It's like, what was it called? Arsenal, and it's a female. I think she's a quadriplegic or something. Resigned to a wheelchair anyway.
It can't be quadriplegic because she can use her arms.
True. But she is, yes, you're right. She's what? Superhero.
It's superhero fantasy.
Yeah. And it's a female sci-fi superhero fantasy. Anyway, she's in a wheelchair. She's super intelligent, science, STEM kind of a person, and she's developing her own like superhero suit. And I love it because it's like the teacher STEM person in me is like, oh, she's experimenting and testing, and she's going back to the lab. She tries out her suit in fighting bad guys and realizes something's wrong. She goes back to the lab and she's reconfiguring, and then she tries it again on the next bad guy, and she goes back to it. And it's really cool to hear these little, scientific, nerdy tidbits of, trying to, and I'm sure some of it's made up. I don't know enough about science, but I think he added his own, made up stuff in there, and about how she develops this. And I'm not going to tell you the rest because I haven't finished the end of the book. So, and I don't want to ruin it for you, but Jocelyn, go check it out. Did you like it, Allie?
Yeah, it's a good book.
Yeah. Does it make you want to read the next one?
It does. It's on my list.
Yeah, I thought he built a nice, interesting world with the superheroes and the bad guys and everything that they were doing with heists and stuff. So
yeah.
But Jocelyn, any questions? Let us know because we would love to include them. And I know I told him in advance we'd want to talk about world building and kind of dive into that topic. And of course, his writing and process and anything self-publishing, whatever we can get into. But Kat Sadler, I don't know. She's asking us not to tell anyone, so I don't want to put her on screen. But her deal is she does some of her own editing at first. So we won't let your secret out. Just the people who are reading this will read it. Beta readers helped her out. Yeah, she has no fair. She has a master's degree in writing and editing. Good for you, Kate. Oh my, yes. And she was really good at beta reading my billionaire story. So thank you for that.
That's good.
Yes, Jocelyn, tell us more and send us some questions to ask Jeff. All right, when we come back, I thought we would talk about minor characters because I had some interesting feedback on my minor characters from the two editors. So I know you've got your dragon. I guess your dragon's not a minor character though.
He's in this one.
Okay, but you also have the husband. He's kind of an important minor character. Yeah. So I thought we'd talk about minor characters or anything else you want to chat about.
Okay.
So let's get into our next 20. It'll be our second 20. And good writing, Good writing, everyone. We'll see you in 20.
Bye-bye.
All right, we are back. I had just over 300 words again. So if anybody wants to tell us how they did in the comments, that would be great. How'd you
You
do,
are
Allie?
doing great today.
Yeah, a few hundred each time. But it's a new story, so that makes it easier. How about you? What have you done?
I have discovered for myself very clearly why editors want to see a whole manuscript and not just a sample before they offer a price, because the sample tends to come from the beginning, and they're like, yeah, but the beginning's always better written because people have gone over that more. And I have gone over the beginning of this story about 6 billion times. And so far I've yet to make it through to the end. So yeah, I'm going to make it through to the end. I am.
You are. You'll do it.
It's just going to take a while.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So some good insights.
Yeah.
That's really good. The feedback on my edits, it was fun to see that, the parts where they got it, like in the comments, they'd write fun parts. That was fun. It was like warmed my heart. And then it was interesting to see how bad I was apparently at grammar and punctuation and all of that. Now, it was interesting too, because the billionaire story, I did put through Grammarly before I sent it off. But the other story, I actually just had like my eyes on it, my mom and Aunt's eyes on it. And I had bought pro writing aid after. So, but I really felt like, oh my gosh, Amy Briggs, who did the first billionaire story edit, came back with so much stuff. I was really surprised. And so did the second one. But yeah, I'm apparently not as good at grammar and punctuation as I thought I was. So that was really eye-opening about these edits. And some habitual things that I do. Like I tend to use the same word, and I hate it myself. Even like doing stuff for other people, I'm like, in this sentence you use the same word twice, or use the same word in the sentence before and you're using it here again. Is there a different word? Apparently I do that a lot. So because Amy pointed out and highlighted every single one of them. So nice. There's probably 30 of those I have to work through and change. So that was eye-opening. Let's see. Morningstar, her edits bleed. So bad at grammar. That's funny. I like it. I like that. My edit is bleeding. Yes. So that was interesting. It's interesting that my minor characters were beloved, which is cool.
That's good.
I was glad about that. I hadn't really. They just came out, like they weren't planned. My hero and heroine were always planned. I'm sure same with you. Yeah. As you get writing, then you realize they need to talk to somebody about this, and somebody pops up. Yeah. All of that, but I had no planning involved, but somehow my minor characters in both the stories evolved. And one of them almost had more of a arc, or an improvement by the end than even the main guy. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah. But in my first story, there's a character I call Sizzle Joe. I think we've talked about him on our writing in the past, who's the golf pro. And I think Amy called him the redeemable douchebag. He's the one that now everyone wants to see the next book written on, Yeah. And Morningstar says her minor characters do that. And then in the second book, there's not really a love triangle, but there was a character, Hank, and he kind of became a friend of my heroine's. But her intention was that she wanted him to be going out with her sister and try to fix them up. But his intention was that he was showing up because he liked her, and she had to let him down at the end. And he starts up, but he's young. He's too young for her. So, but anyway, he's an interesting character, and everyone's fallen in love with him who's read my book. And so it's like, I'm definitely making him a story, but he's got to grow up a little. So because everybody wants his story, he's going to be like book 4. I have to wait for his story.
And this is how your series goes from one book
to
600 books.
Right. Right? I mean, I've got, so it's an apartment with three girls. That series is an apartment with three girls. So the first book is written, but now, like I said, I'm writing the beginning, like the lead-in story with the other girl, and then the second book I had planned already, the other girl, the third girl, and now in order to make Hank like the fourth book, I'm going to do the sister that he was supposed to fall in love with, but they didn't hit it off, and then there will come Precious Hank. So yeah, it'll be fun. So that was really funny to see that happen and have them talk about that. But I also, there are things, it's interesting that, as I thought for sure, like there'd be a couple of things in my book that the editor would, one of the editors in both books would like point out that they, that they didn't like. And so now I don't know. Are they things that I'm not sure will fly once it's read by a broader audience or won't be liked by a broader audience. So I don't know if I should go ahead and make more changes to the story or just leave it if the editors thought they were fine. I don't know. You know what I mean? You're an editor, so tell me your thoughts. Is this like, if it's going to make monumental changes, of course I would make changes, but they weren't pointed out. There were a couple things pointed out that I didn't realize would be pointed out. So that was good. I will make those changes, but I was kind of surprised they didn't pick up on two of these other things that I was thinking about.
What kind of things?
So, and actually, if Kat Sadler's still on here, she beta read my billionaire story. So originally I had in there that the hero was accused of rape long ago. And so, but he didn't. And he, but he has a lot of issues because of it, like distrust, not trusting women and not trusting. And he has like cameras to make sure he's not, caught doing anything. He has proof of things. I don't know. It was just weird. I tend to go a little too dark. I have to kind of pull back a little on reality. But anyway, Kat was really good. She pointed out, the Me Too movement and all that, maybe that's not a cool backstory. So I changed it to where he had a brief affair and the woman got pregnant. And so he offered to marry her because he really wanted the child and all that. And then it turned out that it was this whole, because he's a billionaire, this whole like scheme that she was scheming with this, guy to elicit money from him. And they took off with the baby and, he searched for 2 years for the baby, believing it was his. And then it turned out it wasn't his. I mean, so, he has a lot of damage from that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there was that. But I kind of thought in that billionaire story that my heroine hadn't evolved. Like she evolved, but I thought she kind of seemed a little maybe wishy-washy on her, where she was coming from. But apparently it was fine. I don't know. So it's just, maybe I'm just second guessing the whole thing still. At some point I have to release it. Like I could spend another year fine-tuning, but that's not my goal. I really want to get it released and out there. I don't believe my stuff has to be perfect, but I believe it has to be. Kate, you read the first story, so you didn't realize that I had changed that. You haven't read the final. Yeah. So, but thank you. I'm glad you liked that, Kate, because you were the one who pointed that out, and I'm glad you did. Beta reading is so important. But yeah,
I was going to say, maybe send it to, like, how many beta readers have you had already?
I had 4, but that was pre-edit, and then I took their things and I made those changes. But yeah, I mean, I could send it out again.
Yeah. I mean, 2 or 3 rounds of beta reading is not too much.
Yeah.
Do what your editor make the changes that your editor wants,
and then
send it out
again.
And potentially what you could do, depending on how big a change it would be, is make the change and don't make the change and send both of them out and see which one is preferred.
Yeah, no, that's true. Kind of, or even those chapters.
Yeah.
Send out, the before and after chapters. Oh, thanks, Kate. Kate said she'd be happy to read again. Thank you. And I'm almost to the end of her latest as well, so that's exciting. And Kate, by the way, I do keep meaning to write you to interview you. So this is still live, Ray R. Wise. Glad you're here with us. We actually have one more 20-minute sprint. One more? Yeah, we did 2. And we have one more 20-minute sprint, so we're about to go into that. Tell us what you're working on. We haven't met you yet. So fill us in. The rest of us are a variety of romance writers, fantasy writers, sci-fi, nonfiction. So we're all working away here today. Everyone says hi. Yay. So it's all good. So I loved the editing. It was great. And I guess now the onus is on me to finish editing these 2 books and get them moving on to the next level. But I like what you're saying about beta reading. I'm not planning to release the 1 series until I think I'm going for July 1st. I want all 3 written, and then I can be like working ahead instead of in such a pressure to release. If I release right away, then it's more pressure to get that next book done and all that. So that's my plan. I've got a marketing plan all set up now.
Awesome.
So yeah, Ray, hey guys, tell us what you're working on, Ray. And so just to announce again, if anybody has any questions for Jeff Haskell, he is a sci-fi fantasy writer. We're interviewing him live here in our writing sprint this coming Tuesday, at 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you have questions you want us to ask him, or even better, show up live so that you can ask them during our interview with him. That would be great. We thought we would talk about fantasy and sci-fi world building, talk about his writing process. He just did a 24-hour writing sprint. I believe he's done that twice now, so that'll be fun to talk about, and anything self-publishing wise. So Ray is writing. Yes. Werewolves.
I love werewolves.
I like where you're headed, Ray. That's awesome. So I wonder if is it just paranormal or paranormal romance?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. That's great. We should hit our final 20. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to write for 20 minutes, our final 20 of the day. We'll check back in with you all on the flip side. See you then.
Bye-bye.
Okay, our final 30 minutes is done. Yay. How'd everybody do? I hope that y'all got some words in.
Yeah.
How about you? How'd you do, Beth? How'd you do, Allie?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did words. Sorry, I was just reading
Yay.
the comments saying what I missed.
Good. Yes. Words. Yeah, I got about 250 in that time. So this is a good
Good
day.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going a little bit this afternoon. I have a meeting after this, and then I'll keep going. So gotta get this done.
Gotta get
You
it done.
too. You gotta get yours done too.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling in a much more righty mood than I have
Oh,
done for a while.
good. Yeah, when that happens, you have to take advantage of it.
Exactly.
406.
I keep getting
Go ahead.
Yeah, good job. I keep getting right into the writing mood just as my toddler comes up to bed at night, and it's like, oh, gotta turn it off now.
I know.
It's nice to have started early.
It's that balance as a mommy. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Morningstar 406. Ray got 400, but had to stop. Had issue with washing machine. Yeah, that happens.
That's never good. I hope it was not a bad issue.
Good job, everyone. Looking forward to all your books. Us too. We're looking forward to all your books as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So we have our interview on Tuesday.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else going on this week? I think we're writing again next Saturday. We are changing our schedule a little in March, but we'll be sure to let everyone know.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday we're still doing it. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Yeah. You got to write when you're feeling up to it, and hopefully, it's been nice to have these twice a week, so these are counted on times to write, and hopefully you'll find some other times to write, and just tell your toddler that, sorry, you have to write. I know you can't do that.
I do, but he just goes.
I know you can't.
That face,
I know those little faces. Morningstar says she must have toddlers too. It makes it hard to sleep when you get the creativity at nighttime. Yeah, it does. But you know what? I'll say what my dad always said. He always said life gets better after 60. I'm waiting to find out, but I'll say what he said. Life gets better when you have teens. So you can. They're pretty much doing their thing, and you get a little more time.
I reckon when he gets to about 4, maybe, because I've got the big one.
Yeah.
And he can help him out with stuff when he gets to 4, and he should be okay for an hour or so.
Do they play together? Does your
Sometimes.
teen? Oh, her youngest is 14. She says, "How funny." Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's tough. I remember being home with my toddlers. If I were writing or doing something, I mean, at one point I did go back to school, so I was going to school full time. So I get it, like, the working issue, trying to do something you're into, and then having children around, young ones, is tough.
Yeah.
But even at 4, do you have a playroom? Do you have like a little play space that does he like to play his own toys, or does he need constant attention? What kind of little toddler is he?
Constant attention. No, that's not fair. He happily plays by himself doing stuff that you don't want him to do.
Yeah, that's always the case, isn't it? Yeah. I remember realizing at one point when they were really small, I was like, you know what, I need to start like pulling myself back a little, because they're so reliant on me to, oh, let's play this next. And, oh, how about you do this? And, I needed to like leave them alone with their little toys, and, let them just have a little imagination alone time. And yeah. But enjoy them because they're small.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Goes so fast. As you know, with your 9-year-old, goes so fast. My gosh.
Quick. He's gonna be like a teenager tomorrow. I mean, it's not literally tomorrow, but it's gonna feel like it. It's ridiculous. Yeah. His voice will drop, and he'll be like a stinky teenager.
Yeah. My youngest, we measured the other day, is 5 inches taller than me now, and he's only 12. So I know. And my oldest last night had me print out his schedule for junior high, for his junior year. So yeah, the time is just too fast. I don't know. I can't handle it. Anyway, enjoy your time and enjoy writing when you can. Do what you can when you can. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. All of us had a great day today. It was fun to have you all chatting with us on the chat.
Yeah,
Thanks
it
for
was
popping
awesome.
in. Thanks for writing. I hope you all had a great time. We are going to be back again Tuesday interviewing Jeff Haskell at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, all about fantasy, sci-fi, world building, writing process. He's the guy who's done 2 24-hour writing sprints. That'll be interesting to check out. So please join us, 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
Join us.
Like us, subscribe, and follow, and write with us twice a week. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.